Have you ever questioned who you are? What truly defines you? Are you the same person you were a few years ago? Well, if you have, you are not alone. These questions have been discussed since the origins of philosophy, and many great philosophers, psychologists, scientists, and artists have had something to say about it. So, today, let's discuss one of the answers to the question, who am I? And that answer is, you are nothing but a memory. But how? To understand this, we must first agree upon a common definition of a human being. Me, you are all humans, right? So, once we have a consensus on what it means to be human, we can then, based on that, discuss and conclude if we are just memories. Let's start with a question. What is your answer when someone asks you, who are you? Most probably, you'll answer this question with your name, followed by what you are doing currently in life. For example, you might say, my name is Jonas and I am an engineer. But is that truly your identity? Are you only your name and profession? These answers seem correct for the questions like, what is your name? Or what do you do? But to answer who are you, you need to think a bit deeper. Your name, profession are the identities given to you by someone else, and they don't truly define you as a person. So try to think about what makes you unique as a person and a human being. Well, here is one way to define yourself. We can uniquely identify a person with a combination of two definitions, a philosophical one and a biological one. So let's first set these two definitions. Once we set these, you'll observe that a combination of these two does give you a broad picture of who you really are. Biologically, we can identify a person by their look as well as by the components of their body, such as molecules, cells, and their organs. Philosophically, we can say that a person can be identified by their beliefs and by the way they think, react, and behave. Now, when we combine these two definitions, it broadly gives us a picture of who we really are, right? Right from the way we look physically to what our beliefs are, and to the way we think, behave, and react. So now, based on this, are you the same person you were in the past? Your instinctive answer will be yes, because that is what your memory is telling you. But is it really true? Let's understand this with the story of an imaginary person, Tom. Let's assume that Tom experienced a lot of physical and biological changes in the past year. He grew 2 feet taller, his beard and mustache came out, and his eyesight weakened, so he now wears glasses. In addition, suppose that unfortunately he went through a lot of tragedies. He had his first breakup, and his father passed away. Being the only son, all the responsibilities are on him now. All this has made Tom a more responsible and mature person. Now, will you say Tom is the same person as he was a year ago? Let's go back to our definitions of identity to answer this. By our biological definition, Tom is not the same person at all. Appearance-wise, he looks totally different. His eyesight also got weaker, so his organs are also not the same. And even if Tom did not have these drastic physical changes, he would still be biologically different today. Why? Because there are many cells in our body that die and get replaced regularly. So Tom will have many new cells in his body now, which he did not have a year ago. Let's now see if Tom satisfies our philosophical notion of being the same person. Considering everything he's been through, he must be a changed person now, right? Now that his family is dependent only on him, he'll feel and behave more responsibly. His idea of love will also have evolved. He basically will have a different outlook on life and the world now. Thus, we can safely say that Tom is not the same person as he was a year ago. The same is true for you and me. Yes, I agree that we might not have gone through the same tragedies as poor Tom. But the point is, our view on life and outside world changes continuously as we are exposed to new experiences. Simply speaking, the way you approach life today is very different from the way you did a few years ago. All thanks to the experiences you've had in between. But the question still remains. What is it that keeps telling you that you are the same person? It's actually our memory. Because despite all the physical and emotional changes in us, which keep happening every moment, one thing doesn't change. And that is our memory. Our brain keeps track of all the significant events in our lives, with us as a central character in them. And when we look back, it tells us that you are the same person. Maybe this is why we find it hard to identify with our childhood photos. Since we don't have a concrete memory of that time, we find it hard to accept that it was us. It's always our family who tells us that it's our picture. Okay, so now let's consider one more example. This will tell you where you stand on this theory. Suppose you bought a laptop and you put a sticker on it which says "My machine." Then after a year you decide to upgrade its hardware as well as software. Now it looks totally different and works totally different too. But it has the same sticker, "My machine." So now the question is it the same machine you bought a year ago? Or is it a different machine now? Give your answers in the comment section. And until next time, stay curious.